fear of what other people may think, fear of the people closest to you that don't understand, fear of just that, will you make it? Are you making a mistake? How are you going to do this? How are you going to end up where God told you the vision is supposed to line up to? I think fear is a great place to know that you're in the right place. When I started out and had to step out on faith, I quit my 9 to 5 and I started pursuing entrepreneurship and became a real estate investor. Fear was very much present. But what I had to notice is every day I did a daily test that would trample on fear, I became more and more confident in what I was doing. More stuff started aligning with me. God started just dropping things in my path as I started walking. Things that I wouldn't have seen if I was busy at my 9 to 5. I think sometimes when we're busy, we don't hear God's voice very often. Entrepreneurship is scary, but you have time to let God talk to you. And when God does talk to you, you start getting the right steps, what to place. And if let's say it turns out not in your favor, you may think it's not in your favor, but in the end you're like, oh well, thank God that didn't work out. I have so many moments like that in my entrepreneurship journey, in my life itself, in purpose. But one thing that I can say is that fear has led me to my purpose. Me stomping on fear and it showing up means that there's something that somebody's afraid of you for. Meaning they want you to stay stuck. They want you to stay in the fear that it'll never come out. And a lot of people's purpose is attached to your call. And if you don't walk in it, I'm not going to get delivered. Like if somebody here, you are a therapist and somebody told you don't do that, you're not going to excel in that. And let's say I needed you. Because you didn't walk in your purpose, I was never going to get delivered. And one of the things that a lot of people are scared of is doing something that is non-generic. Most of these generic jobs, such as the stuff that they put in front of you at high school, right, are those stuff that are easy to attack. Yes, it's the journey to finish school, but they're kind of easier than the things that people don't really talk about. Like, to be honest, in high school, I've never heard of a therapist. Like, they never said a therapist was a job. But it's like one of the most important jobs, especially today. So one of the things that you can do is, when you start feeling fear, is just ask yourself these questions of, is this fear because I'm holding myself back? Or is this fear because of the calling on my life? Because a lot of times when God calls you to something, fear is going to come next. Because God gives you this big picture. God is great. He's great at giving you the puzzle, but now he's like, okay, now find out the pieces that fit. And every day you put one piece together, and you're like, okay, that fit there. Then you put this one, oh, that didn't fit, but I guess I learned something from it. Then you find another piece, you put it, and then eventually the whole picture comes up. But in order to attack it, fear has to be in play.
Yeah, and I think I want to add to that, because sometimes we think that just because God calls us to do something, that it's going to be beautiful. All of the pieces are going to fit together. It's going to flow. That's what I thought when I started my business. I thought, oh, God told me to quit my job to do this. It's going to flow together. But there is a season of learning, of figuring the thing out. And if we are afraid of failure, it's going to be very difficult for us to learn, because business itself is pretty much trying out very different things, continuing to learn as you are doing the work, and then trying out different things until you find the piece that fits, like Christina was saying. So sometimes because it didn't work out, we're like, oh, God didn't tell me to do this. No, God told you to do this, but there's a process for you to get to the thing that you're supposed to be doing until you can get the answer. Because as you are working on the thing, God is also using the thing to develop you into the person that you need to become, so that He can graduate you to the next level. Because it's never for you to stay at the same level. Yes, you start here at level 0 and you're figuring it out and you're taking classes and you're learning how to go to school and be a mom and be all of these things. But at the same time, like, you being developed, because your capacity expands the more you can stand in the face of fear and say, I'm going to be scared, but I'm going to move forward anyway, because I know that God has spoken.